are able to one way or the other. And so one of the things that the Skyborne have been playing with in recent SCSs is having one of the mobulas very heavily piercing focused, the triple Gatling guns you're seeing here, and the other one slightly more explosive focused, so the double Banshee and the double Artemis. And this allows them a certain amount of flexibility while still able to operate independently. Still, we'll see if that continues to serve them well. It has in past SCSs, but we'll now learn whether or not that's going to work against a Pyramidion and a Squid. The Squid, I think, is going to be the most interesting thing to watch. Okay, so first up for the Potato Predators, we have Mighty Cab piloting the St. Glaswegian Kiss. It is a Pyramidion with a front Gatling, a right side Artemis, a lower deck Banshee, and a lower deck Flare. And the Potato, a goldfish piloted by Spudnik. It is carrying a Watcher on the front, a Carronade on the left, and a Gatling on the right. And we have the Reborn for the Skyborne. It is a Mobula piloted by Sunstrom. It has a top deck Gatling, a left side Banshee, a lower left Artemis, a lower right Artemis, and a right side Banshee. And finally, also for the Skyborne, we have the Helios piloted by Dark Knight. It is a Mobula with a top deck Mortar, a left side Flare, a lower left Gatling, a lower right Gatling, and a right Gatling. Daka. And so we have the wide open spaces of the water hazard, which is always a interesting map to fly on. You have a certain amount of vertical cover, but you also have a pretty open map in most of the space. Limited opportunities to sneak up on your opponent, and of course the ever fun bridges. Spots going down on the St. Glaswegian Kiss, who has spotted the Reborn and the Helios in return. Predator is also spotted. Everyone knows where everyone else is. Predator coming in on the... oh, it's not the Squid, it's back to the Watcherfish. I missed that as I was announcing. That's disturbing. I'm clearly losing what little I had of my mind. Predator closing in, but they're going to be eating a ton of Gatling fire, probably a ton of explosive damage once their armor goes down. Oh, hits going in. This is not fun for the Predator. Their ally closing, but that's... oh, they're not going to like that. That's not what they want. And the Helios has enough Gatling fire that they will almost certainly be able to dissuade the Glaswegian Kiss from ramming. Extra fire coming in on the Glaswegian Kiss. This is looking unpleasant for them. They will suffer an armor break shortly. There it is, Banshees going in, some of them hitting the balloon, but mostly going into the armor. Predator hitting the Helios, good ram while their armor is down. Oh, this could be it for the Helios. Nope, they're still intact. Gatling going into the Predator. Now it's their turn to have an armor break and while bumping into an enemy ship. Reborn closing in, gives the Predator a ram. Helios probably going to die to Gatling fire here. Yes, down they go. Now the Reborn engaging the St. Glaswegian Kiss. It's desperately trying to disengage. It's probably not going to be able to gain enough height to get away from a Mobula, but it might be able to move far enough away to get away from the Mobula. Leave themselves in a position where the Predator can engage the Reborn. Question is, what happens to the spawn as far as the Skyborne go? It's going to be very tempting for them to pop in now and save their ally. The Glaswegian Kiss is not in combat. The Reborn is in reasonable shape. Yes, the Helios has spawned back in reasonably close. Reborn takes a bump. Lifting the Predator up. That's probably a good thing. The longer this engagement lasts for the Skyborne, the easier it will be for Helios to close in and engage. If they do suffer an armor break here, though, this could be a problem. There's an Artemis going into their rear. They got to avoid that Watcher, because with their armor down that could be a nightmare, but they get it back up. Now the St. Glaswegian Kiss suffering a lot of Gatling fire. Helios gets raked with a Watcher. Most of the top guns taking at least some hits. The Reborn manages to hit the Predator. Armor goes down, but they get it back up lightning quick there. Another set of Gatling fire closing in on them. Reborn, remember, only has the one Gatling, but Helios has two going into the St. Glaswegian Kiss. And, oh, there's a hit on the St. Glaswegian Kiss. It's losing armor. Reborn loses armor. And Predator looks like it's about to go down. Glaswegian Kiss looks like it's about to go down. Oh, this is close. This is so close. Predator almost certainly going to go down here. Helios and Reborn now should make short work of the Glaswegian Kiss. Helios should probably grab their engineer and run them towards the nearest armor, and down goes the Predator. Tough engagement there. 2-1 to the Skyborne, able to spawn back in and re-engage. That was tough for them, but they managed to pull it off. And now the Predator and the Glaswegian Kiss gonna respawn back in. Helios is in has full permahull. Reborn has suffered 50% of their armor down, so this is not as one-sided as the 2-1 score would imply. Although 2-1 is not one-sided at all, of course. But now we're faced with a difficult decision for the Potato Predators. That engagement initially not going spectacularly for them. The armor break on the Predator causing it to lose on the order of 60 to 70% of its permahull, if I recall correctly. If it had gone worse, they could have been killed outright, flying into 4 Gatling guns and a Banshee and a couple of Banshees and a mortar is always potentially painful. On the other hand, it seemed to work. The Glaswegian Kiss eventually got in and managed to engage one of the other ships, and then the ensuing brawl, the first kill went to the Potato Predators. But I suspect we might see a slightly, well, I don't want to say a different approach, but a tighter engagement from the Potato Predators. They'll try and get the Glaswegian Kiss a little bit closer before the Potato moves in to engage, so that the Glaswegian Kiss is firing on their opposition somewhat more quickly. Now Helios is looking at the Glaswegian Kiss whilst Reborn is engaging the Predator. Probably the smart way around to do things, because the Predator is not going to kill the Reborn too quickly without substantial piercing damage, although the Watcher is okay at doing some armor damage here, and they do have a Gatling on the Predator. Now Helios and the Glaswegian Kiss are engaging one another, while Predator looks to be trying to get arcs on the Helios. They are now above the Helios. They suffer an armor break, mortar not landing though, so they're okay for the time being. Now the Helios and some Glaswegian Kiss exchanging fire. The Reborn is still engaging the Predator. It probably would behoove them to change target onto the Glaswegian Kiss here. The armor break didn't come, and so now the Helios is sat in front of 2 ships. A watch has got to be coming soon, and their armor is currently down. Predator suffers an armor break. Helios trying to back up. Armor break on the Predator. It's back up again. Helios suffers a break. It's down, but now Predator suffers an armor break. The Reborn, that's the ship, remember, with a decent chunk of the explosive damage on the Skyborne. They're trying to duck underneath the St. Glaswegian Kiss, but they're just not falling fast enough, and the Artemis is raining down on top of them. They can't run. They might be able to escape vertically for a few seconds, perhaps have a repeat of the previous engagement. They're trying to stay on top of these enemy ships to last as long as they can. That might be the end of them though. If that disable, yep, down goes the Mobular, and now Predator and Glaswegian Kiss are 3-2 in their favour. That engagement worked, I think, a lot better for the Potato Predators. It put the enemy in that awkward spot where you're trying to decide which of the 2 enemy ships to engage, and they manage to doubly focus one of yours, which is always a pain in the backside when you're trying to dissuade both of them from poaching, and they manage to fish out one of your Mobulars as a single target. Still, the 3-2 score puts us in a sort of reverse position from earlier, where the Skyborne had one of their ships at about 50% permahull. So again, this is pretty close. In fact, it's probably too close to call at this point. The Skyborne being very reactive here, of course, while the Potato Predators are looking to kill as quickly as possible, close, engage a single ship, and then turn around and kill their ally. So let's go and have a look at where the Skyborne have set up. They're in nice open territory. The nice thing about the Mobula is the vertical mobility means that the Potato coming in low is less of a concern than it might be for something with less vertical movement. Now the Glaswegian Kiss and Potato are setting up behind this structure. Glaswegian Kiss sitting out in the open. I think they're prepared to take a certain amount of fire from the Mobulas. They know that at this range their Artemis almost certainly won't kill anything, but it can annoy the enemy, which of course is the central objective of any pairing. The other problem here, of course, is if the Potato Predators decide, they can of course take this much slower than the previous engagements now that they have a lead. However, this could be risky. Glaswegian Kiss may be a little bit too far forward. They are in Gatling range. It's not doing a lot of damage here. The Predato coming in around the side. Glaswegian Kiss trying to back up. Hwacha coming out from the Predato. This situation could reverse itself quite quickly, although now the Reborn is focusing on the Predato. The Glaswegian Kiss almost certainly going to be closing here. Oh, Predato taking several hits. Armor going down. Hwacha is taking shots there. This could be tough for the Predato. The Glaswegian Kiss needs to get in. The Predato's balloon is in decent shape, so they can rise up, and that's exactly what's happened here. The Predato is gaining altitude, probably going to try and engage the Helios. While Helios engages the Glaswegian Kiss turning to engage Helios as well. Predato suffers an armor break. Oh, this could be it, but no, they manage to avoid the mortar shots. Helios looking to duck underneath the Predato. The Predato trying to close in on the Helios and assist the Glaswegian Kiss. Reborn again opening up on the Predato. A lot of balloon blocking there from the fish, of course. The Helios engaging the Glaswegian Kiss. Reborn still on the Predato. Armor break on the Predato. This should be it. Down they go. And now the Glaswegian Kiss has got to try and get away from two Mobulas. And once again we have a situation that has reversed itself. It's 3-3 with the Glaswegian Kiss sitting on its own. Oh, this could be unpleasant for the Glaswegian Kiss. There is enough piercing damage here that they will almost certainly suffer an armor break, and when they do there's going to be a lot of explosive damage coming out too. They are trying to run. They suffer an armor break. They're probably out of effective range of the mortar. It'd be a pretty good shot to hit from there. On the other hand, the Reborn has plenty of Artemis and Banshee fire that could land. The Glaswegian Kiss may manage to get away here. They're low, they're fast, they're being chased by the Reborn and the Helios, but they're not likely to suffer an armor break if they manage to make it around this corner again. Gatling still going in. Helios doesn't have Gunox, that's a positive for them. Glaswegian Kiss gets a hit in the rear by an Artemis. That's not ideal. In fact, that may be the end of them because two of their engines are down, their armor is down. Helios has Gunox on them now. Artemis is going into the rear. They're at 10%. This could be it for the Glaswegian Kiss. In fact, I think this is it. Down they go, and the Reborn and Helios now 4-3. Everyone has full perma-hull, so the result of that grinding and grueling experience for both teams is that the Skyborne have one extra kill on top of their opponents. Oh my. And so the Predator has spawned back in low to the west of the western portion of the map, the western spawn. The Glaswegian Kiss has spawned in all the way over to the east. This is interesting. So this, of course, a split spawn from the Potato Predators. The question is, can the Glaswegian Kiss position themselves so that the Predator has time to get in without getting themselves killed? They're going to suffer a lot of Gatling fire. In fact, a lot of Gatling fire already going out. They're down to 30% on their armor, 10% on their armor, but the Predator manages to hit the Reborn in the rear with a Hwacha. Possible ram from the Predator on the Reborn. Nope, they hit them with their carronade. They're probably going to pair off here, which is not what the Predator and the Glaswegian Kiss want, because if they do remember that these mobulas are capable of operating independently, and they only need to win one of these two engagements. Ideally what they want is for both ships to be targeting the same enemy. On the other hand, the Glaswegian Kiss are turning to engage Helios after firing a few shots at the Reborn. Predator moving up to engage Helios. This could be the focus fire that the Predators and Sparta are after. They get a good watcher into the Helios, but its armor remains up. It's lost a few guns, but the Predator has suffered an armor break. The mortar not going into the hull though. St. Glaswegian Kiss engaging Helios, probably going to strip the armor here with that Gatling, although they're suffering return fire. The Predator suffered substantial hull loss, as has the Glaswegian Kiss. Helios has suffered an armor break. They're going high. That's going to limit the ability of the St. Glaswegian Kiss to land shots on their hull. And oh, this is not looking good for the Potato Predators as Potato goes down. And so the Skyborne managed to pull a win out of the fire, 5-3, a very close match, but Mobulas ultimately achieving a victory over the Pyramidion and the Goldfish.